beautiful Fumi Nation. How are you? For those beautiful new citizens, Ula is just walking out. He helps me all the time, and he's going to help me close the door, and we can start. Yes, my darlings, welcome back to Sister to Sister. Do we love the outfit, my darlings? Do we love the hair? It is all for your benefit. It is all about uplifting and boosting in this episode. Fumi, what do you mean? Fumi, what do you mean? I tell you, I get at this stage thousands of DMs from you on Instagram, and one of the top 10 requests which I haven't addressed is how to get over a breakup, how to start over, how to find yourself again, how to pick up, let go, and move on. Is it over for me? Will I ever find somebody? I am still holding on to this other guy. Can we move on? That is going to be the topic for this Sister to Sister. The star of the show for this episode when it comes to the makeup is the Juvia's Place I Live, I Love palette. We are going in with what? The fire. Because I intend to remind you of the fire in you and that babe that you are. So we're going to go in with this, and we're going to really go in with this gorgeous sequin. This right here is the star of the show. Let me just bring it forward so you guys can see. That is what we are going to use. This color right here. It's all about the fire. Let me get my fluffy brush. And we are using the MAC Pro and Conceal palette in dark. And I am just going to I'm going to put a base onto my eyelid, and this will just make the eyeshadow and everything pop off. So the relationship is over, whether you like it or not. There are two things I want you to acknowledge. One is to forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for everything, because the first thing we do as women is to blame ourselves. Don't do that. Forgive yourself for everything. Do not blame yourself. It happened for a reason. What that reason is, we do not know. You might not even know. The point being, it's over. Finito. End of chapter. That is one. The second, accountability. You have to take accountability for the relationship. For the good, for the bad, for the indifferent. Take accountability. That somewhere down the line you saw the red flags, but you refused to take heed. Somewhere down the line you got one or two signs, but you brushed it aside. Somewhere down the line there was a feeling inside of you. There was another voice telling you, ha 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 ha. Take accountability for where it ended up. It's a bitter pill to swallow, and I absolutely understand. The next stage of this now is to mourn. You have to mourn. You have to give yourself time and remember the good times and understand its loss, because it's a loss. Relationships are not easy, and we don't know why we love certain people, care for certain people, and it is so hard to let go. The thing is, somewhere down the line, I'm using Fenty Beauty Powder Foundation 470. I'm just using this as a transition shade in here. I do it all the time. I just find that it's the exact warmth that I need. Somewhere down the line in the relationship, it changed. From what you are mourning to what you had at the very end were two completely different people. I'm going to stop there, because this is not a male bashing episode, and it's not a male bashing channel. I think guys are wonderful. I really do. And I will humbly say they are not as complex as us women. They are very, very simple. The thing is, we want to only see what we want to see. We don't want to see the entire package. And that is where we make the mistake. The challenging, uncomfortable questions have to be asked. It's so ironic when it comes to makeup. Right away, is it vegan? Is it cruelty free? You don't care what brand it is. You don't care that it's even Fumi doing it. As much as you love me and my Fumi nation loves me, but you have standards. I don't want to use non-cruelty free makeup. I don't want to use non-vegan makeup. I don't want to use dye. We are so particular about the makeup that we use. We're particular about food. Oh, I don't like this. I would never eat it. It's not good for me. It gives me constipation. Oh, I don't like this. You know what? The alcohol, it gives me headaches. For me, I don't drink alcohol. Why? I get terrible, terrible, terrible headaches. I can't do it. If I drink a glass of champagne, I feel as if I'm walking underwater for a week. The same thing with my sister. We just can't handle it. That's why I don't drink alcohol, to be honest. It makes me terribly sick. You know how some tags on the back of your clothes, I have to cut them off because it irritates my skin to the point that I can walk into a store and say, do you have a pair of scissors? Grab them and cut off the tag. Whether it's Versace, whether it's Dolce & Gabbana, I can't handle it. It hurts me too much. Why do we stay in relationships that hurt us even more? That is the question you have to ask yourself. Are you a masochist that you want to feel this pain so much? No, you are not. It's just that you are so gung-ho determined that this has got to work by force, by fire. But what you don't understand is that you are digging yourself into a bigger and deeper hole where you ultimately have to climb up out of because it didn't work. Because if you have to work that hard for a relationship, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. So here you are, deflated, insecure, confidence bashed, and you don't know, can I really start over? Yes, you can. Because you are beautiful, you are amazing, and there is nobody like you. The mistake you made was that you took all of your beautiful, valuable qualities and invested it in a bucket that has a hole at the bottom of it. Translation, the guy wasn't for you. He's not a bad guy. The guy just was not for you. He's for somebody else, but it wasn't for you. How can I make him for me? Well, that is all up for debate. Translation, is it that you want the guy, or is it that you want a relationship that treats you well and that you are happy in? It's a big question. Might I add that the dress was featured in my last episode. Yeah, Massimo Dotti. It's a beautiful dress. And I said I'll wear it for you in lieu of the holiday season. Thanksgiving, Christmas, all the parties. Yup. So we're going to go in with this shade right here. It's a beautiful cranberry shade. And we're just going to bluff this all over the eye. Okay? You just punch that in right there. All over. Just punch it in. So you take accountability for the part that you took in the relationship. And the first stages are the hardest because everything is fresh and you have to now reconstruct your life without him. Don't call him. Even if you know his number by heart, do not call him. Occupy yourself with something else. Take a clean brush and diffuse that so that it's not too much, and just go right over and just soften all of the edges like so that you don't see any beginning. It just kind of blends out. But you have to do that with a clean brush so that you don't move the makeup around too much. And you do the same here. What I did, I took lots of long walks. The second I got the urge to call him, I flew myself out of the house. because I wasn't rich enough to say, Fumi, go on holiday, go on vacation. I would go out of the house. I am taking Chad from Juvia's place. There you go. It has hit pan. And I'm going to just put this right in. Make sure that you use a smaller brush so that you do not hide the previous shade. And we're just going to go in to the side and just touch it up there. Just a little bit. So that's what you do. Instead of calling him, you call your friends. Call all of them, if that is going to help. But you're not going to call him and make a fool of yourself. Because if you think that you talking to him, trying to sort things out is going to make anything better, you're wasting your time. Why? Because you're only driving him away further. Now he's irritated and now he's beginning to disrespect. Yup. Go underneath, lower lid with the black and just smudge. There you go. Okay? And do the same on this side. What you have to understand is that so far as you're living and you're breathing, there's always another chance. If you are on this green earth and you can walk, you can talk, you can move around, you have another chance. It starts with you, it ends with you. Only you. Your destiny, your future, your happiness, your love, your opportunities are not dependent on this guy that left. On the contrary, it's now coming back to you full force because he has made his exit and given you room to now focus on truly who you are and what you're about to become. You have to let go and give in to what? The power of surrender. It is the most humbling experience ever because you are not in control. You were never in control. And the signs that were given to you to take heed, which you did not, you are now pushed to the side. And the relationship was railroaded right out of your life. I'm going back with cranberry and I'm just touching that on the inside. I know it's a lot to swallow. And I know it's a lot at the time for you to say, Fumi, I can't get over him. He was this, he was that. What you don't understand is that as he came into your life, so will somebody else. Better. But you got to believe it. It's entirely up to you to believe it. You do not believe it, then you're going to stay stuck here, miserable, in a relationship that no longer serves you. And for sure, there is no love. And it will continue to go into humiliation, distress. And you begin to say, oh my God, I hate my life like this. No, don't do that to yourself. Do not make any contact with him at all. All right, for the fun show, we're going to go in with this beautiful, beautiful cranberry red right here. Bam, bam, bam. There you go. It's a fabulous glitter. And we're just going to put that right there and slide it right across the eye. And then you just take your brush and then you switch it in the opposite direction so you get it all the way over on that side. Okay. Do we love, darlings? Do we love? Now let me show you the little tricky. You go back in with the Juvia's Place, and this is the Saharan 2, okay? You take that cranberry shade back over where the glitter and give it that fade effect. So it has that beautiful cranberry, and it's the glitter will still show. You don't worry about that. And you just put that to the side and bring it all in. There you go. It's such a beautiful, beautiful transition. You take your brush, you go over the cranberry, the glitter from the I Live, I Love palette. Discount code Fumi. And just look at the fire. Just look at that fire. Just look. It's everything. The other thing I want you to do is to take a good, hard look at yourself. Be the best version of you. Somewhere along the line, you let yourself go. And I'm not talking about physically only. I'm talking about the aspirations and the dreams and the things that you wanted to fulfill. The courses, the classes, all the things that you wanted to do, but you didn't because you were focusing on this dilapidated relationship that has ultimately gotten you nowhere. And of course, like I have said, and we all know, it's at its end. This is the time for you to get yourself back together. This is the time for you to get all of you back together. You know why? You think you won't meet anybody. You're right. You won't meet anybody like this. Oh my God, I hate my life. Oh my God, he doesn't love me. Oh my God, no. Nobody wants that. It's too much hard work. The second I see certain people call my phone, I'm like, no, am I mentally capable right now to handle what she has to say? That's what I say, because it's draining. Because nobody wants that. People want to be around positivity, motivation, inspiration. They want it. I even want it. I kid you not. That's why I'm with Ula. Motivating, driving, laughing, humor, fun, tenacity, drive, determination, adventure. Yes, and it's in you. Because this homeboy said, you know what, I'm not feeling it. Now you want to now lay back and die? Absolutely goddamn not. Because he's not the one that gave you life, and you owe yourself better than that. Yeah. I'm a bit passionate today because I keep on reading this in my DMs. You are bigger and better than this. This too will pass. This too will pass, Miha. What you have to do is get yourself up. Get yourself in the gym. Get yourself fit. Go and take the courses. Go out with your friends. Meet other people. Go online. Meet all kinds of people. Join all kinds of courses to forget him and open the door to your old self again. Because I promise you, in so doing, you have upped the game. You have stepped up out of this familiar territory, and you are meeting people that are worth your salt. Instead of the guy that runs on a horse with his sign, I'm here to waste your time. And you're like, yeah, it's the love of my life. No, he's here to waste your time because he is not investing in anybody. It's not only you. He's not investing in anybody because he is personally unable to commit to anything. He is not even there yet. You cannot mummy him, mummy your children. Don't waste your time on the tears. Cry a little bit now and then move on. Move on, take the steps and start to go out. On that note, let us have some story time. Listen to the story. I was in a relationship. I thought, let's be honest, I thought I was in a relationship. He was a brother. I know some of you be saying, Fumi, black guy, white guy. He was a black guy. I don't discriminate. I try to follow my heart. I try. This is COLOURPOP. It is called Creature. I don't think they have it anymore. It's a fabulous plum pencil, and we're going to put this in the waterline. Yes. The relationship I was in was very short-lived. I knew very, very quickly that it wasn't going to go anywhere, and I was disappointed. And I said to myself, Fumi, where are you going? It was January of 2009. I would meet Ula the 17th of March 2009. Listen to the story. My brother was living in Canada. Farah had just been born, so we decided to all go and see the baby and our new niece. Ronke was pregnant with Quincy. I am the eldest. Brother's been married, 7 years by this time. My sister had been married 6 years by this time. We all got to Canada, and the house was bustling with babies and laughter and joy. And I sat down there and I looked. And I said to myself, Fumi, you have to take accountability. If you want to have a home and you want to have family, then you have to take accountability for your behavior and your choices. It starts and it ends with you. When I got back to California, I walked into my house, oh God, maybe at around 5 p.m. It was late in the afternoon. And something came over me and I began to clean my house. I went into the kitchen and I had a habit of where all of the grocery bags were underneath my sink. And as I opened the cupboard, I just began to bring out all of the trash bags. From there, I began to really just clean out the kitchen. Everything that I did not need in that kitchen, I threw out. I went to my wardrobe. Clothes that I had not worn in 2 years and did not fit, I threw out. I threw out everything in that house that no longer served me. Old makeup, wigs, shoes, books. I even had DVDs. If you guys remember, I had DVDs stacked high and I threw them out because they no longer served me, and we were making that transition where I think the iPod had just come in and now you could sync songs onto this little gadget, which of course we can do now with our phones and everything. But in 2009, it was brand spanking new. But for me, I understand technology and I knew that this was going to be the way that we were going to listen to music. And so I threw it out. I would go for long walks because I decided, Fums, get yourself fit, get yourself looking hot, smoking, fabulous. Be the best version of you. Do we love, darlings? Do we love the fire? One thing that I have always understood, and I will say that for all women, you got a good heart, you'll find a good man. But you are the one that has to do the work. You don't have to go looking for him. He will find you because your excellence will begin to rise, because you will begin to thrive. Because if you put your work in your career, in how you present yourself, put the work in bettering yourself every step of the way, you will what? You will thrive. You will thrive. You will excel. You will excel. You will rise. And so you become like a cherry on a cake, and people can see you, and you will be seen by the right people. Where you were begging and pleading and crying about this guy, you're going to be in a position where you can pick and choose. But it starts with you. And I knew that with me. Fumi, it starts with you. When they invite you to parties, go. You're not going to find anybody in the house. When you go out, dress up. When you're outside, pleasant, laughing. People gravitate to laughter. People gravitate to positivity. People gravitate to a good time. And while you're there, ask the right questions. You cannot go on a date. He picks you up, you're looking hot, steamy, sexy, you're yeah! Pop, 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 pop. Drink your alcohol, he drops you off. The following morning, Cherie, how did the date go? Oh, we had fun. What fun did you have? You were in a noisy place where you were jumping up and down. And don't get me wrong, go to a lit club But ask the questions first. Where are you from? What do you do? How much do you earn? Do you have any diseases that I should know of? Do you do drugs? Do you have money issues? Who's your family? Do you have brothers and sisters? Where are your friends? Ask. Because you are right here asking me, Fumi, is it vegan? Is it cruelty free? I don't know if I can do that. And yet the most important decision of your life is this man that you choose to make home with and have children with. Do it right. And so I knew that for me, this is what you got to do. Mascara. And this is Bad Girl Bang Mascara by Benefit. We are using Uoma highlighting purposes. Yes, my darling. And this is from the Coming Back to America collection. I'm just going to go into this one right here. Live for it. And as you can see, it just really just blends in and completes your entire eye story without it being overwhelming. This has to be one of the most beautiful shades I've ever come across for dark complexion ever. And you just touch it right in there, and then you take the fan brush, which I love, and you just drag it. Okay. Voila. Take a bullet brush, we're not done with it yet, and you put this right into the tear duct. See? These are Beauty by JJ lashes. I've talked about these 100 times, I think. And these ones are Choma lashes. Yeah? I ended the relationship, mind you. I forgot to mention. He didn't end it. I ended it. But he didn't put up a fight. That was the broken heart. So basically, I just unplugged the socket from a dying cord because he more or less went along with it. He was fine with it. The old me would have wanted to go back and say, what happened? Why didn't you fight for me? What is wrong? What could I have done better? But the new me knew better. If I'm not good enough for you as I am, you're not good enough for me, ever. I threw myself into the gym. I went to UCLA and started taking classes in marketing, advertising, PR, master's classes as a matter of fact. And it was such therapy because I made new friends. Yes, I did. Do we love, my darlings? I was very happy and I was smiling again. Yes, I was. We are going to go in with Juvia's Place, and this is a beautiful blusher called Neo. We're going to take Jaclyn Hill's Turned On. Yeah? It's highlighter. You can do this. You're going to love it. You can mix the two so that you get a very subtle glow. Alrighty? And just put a little bit on the sides of your forehead right there. Yeah? And what I will do for this episode also, I'm going to put all of my discount codes for you guys that you can use for Black Friday. Just look at how beautiful, beautiful this is. This is such a beautiful highlighter. Turned On is absolute fire. I was laughing again. I was smiling again. I was going out. This is my darling Milani. Oh, it's the most beautiful, gorgeous brown. But I want to tell you something. If you are thinking of a color that you like, go to your eyeshadows and mix it with a little bit of Vaseline. Mix it with a little bit of gloss and put it on and that's your lip. My confidence was coming back and I liked it. Was it hard initially? Yes, it was. But I liked the person that I was now finding myself to be. I had lost weight. I was much more toned. My life was just very, very active. And I was focusing on my career. And I enjoyed it so very much. I was available for my friends and family. And I was going on dates. Very beautiful, nice, casual dates. And you know what I was doing? I was using them as study. What do you mean, Fumi? I was studying them, and I was now becoming more and more courageous and more comfortable with myself to ask the right questions. Just ask the questions. Just, what do you do? What do you like to do? Who was your ex-girlfriend? I asked, why did you guys break up? Because we are so busy fighting our sister, whereas we can learn from her. What happened to her? Why did she leave? When he tells you, you can redirect, take notes, and say to yourself, let me look for that in you too. Let us apply. Is this not gorgeous? It is Milani Cosmetics, and it's number 9. One day, I came home. As a matter of fact, I was going in and out. You know how those days where you run in and you have a bath, grab your bag, and you're on your way out. The phone rang and it was him. And I stood there. And I smiled. And I said, no. No, it's over. There's no point. As you guys very well know, a matter of 2-3 months, I met Ula. Got married. In 2019, 10 years. This is by Morphe. I was with my son. I was with my husband. I was at JFK, dressed. And as I was walking by, who did I bump into? Mr. X, I am not ready. And he drew his attention to me. I didn't notice. Fumi? And I said, oh, James, how are you? And he said, oh, where are you going? And I said, well, I'm off to New York. This is my husband. Ula, meet James. And I said, and this is baby Adrian. And he said, Fumi, you're still beautiful. After all these years, I said, thank you very much. And I walked on by. They will always come back. And the iron of it all, leave it to destiny. Because you will bump into them somewhere. But you continue with your life with the God-given husband partner that you have. And enjoy your life. A lot of you keep on asking me, oh, Fumi, you've reinvented yourself. You've done this, you've done that. Because I'm still here. I'm not dead. Once I'm in the box, finito. But while I'm here, I'll continue to do everything I aspire and wish to do with my husband, with my son, with you guys, with my friends, because you are living. You are in the world of living. So live. I'll see you soon. Do we love, darlings? I love. I live.